everyone, it's Linnea for LDRS Creative, and today I have a quick video tutorial for you showing how to use the braided edge die. I will be using this die to create a fun fold on the folded edge of the card, and then I'll make a completed card, but the focus of this video really is to show you how easy this braided edge die is to use. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I have an A2 card base already cut here. This measures 8.5 on the long side by 5.5 on the short side, and then I scored it at 4 1/4. Normally you would just fold that over and you'd have a ready to go A2 card base. But here's where we're going to use this braided edge die. It's difficult to see on camera, but in real life I promise you it's easy. You're going to use that center score line and line up the points of the chevrons in that braided edge die so that they line up all the way up that card base. Because the die is sized to be A2, the top and bottom edges should align right with the bottom and top of your card base, and so you're really just looking to line up those center chevrons, the points, with that score line. I'll run that through my die cutting machine, and when I pull this off, I'm going to have one lonely chevron piece. Don't throw that away. Keep that. I'll show you what to do with that in just a moment. And then you're going to have your card base that has chevrons cut and scored into it going all the way up the spine of the card. From here, we're just going to start folding back those chevrons. I like to start at the side closest to me. I just found that that was the easiest way. I've made a bunch of these, and for me this was easy, but in the end, it doesn't matter which end you start with. I just like to pull up on the point of the chevrons, and then you're going to find that at the base, the flat kind of feet of the chevrons is where there's a score line, and the die does that for you, so all you have to do is just fold them over. Now you're just going to tuck. So I'm starting with that chevron that's all the way over on the left and tucking the point in to the point that's right next to it. So you've folded them back, and now we're just tucking in all those chevrons. So now you have just a full panel of chevrons that are folded and tucked. But if you look, there's kind of like a missing piece up at the top, and that's where we're going to take this die cut chevron and we're going to fix that. So the flat feet of the chevron are going to go right up against the bottom of the card base. We'll add 2 little drops of glue. You don't need a whole lot of glue, especially if you're using the LDRS Creative Craft Glue, which is what I'm going to be using. You're going to see how little I use. It's literally just a dot dot. That's enough. So I'm putting a little dot on each of the little feet ends, and then I'm going to line that up so that the feet are flush against the bottom of my card base, and the point lines up with the center points of all the other chevrons on my card. I'll hold that in place and let that glue set completely, and then there's no folding with this one. You're just going to take the point of that chevron and tuck it behind so that it is just like the other chevrons. It's glued in place, and I'm just going to tuck that behind. The point of that chevron is going to get tucked behind the point of the chevron right next to it. Just that easy. So now you have the spine of the card completed, and you can see that the die creates a score line in the center of all of those chevrons as well. So all I have to do is carefully fold over my card base. I'm making sure that the chevrons are aligned as well as the corners of my card base, and that's it. From here you can use a bone folder, but I do recommend being careful with the bone folder because those chevrons can move and they can kind of untuck. So if you're using a bone folder, go carefully. I usually just use my fingers and press them down. Now I'm just going to decorate my card. You can decorate this however you want. I have taken a white panel and I have stamped the liquid marble background stamp that's new from LDRS Creative onto it with some pink ink. And I have the French patisserie that I've stamped, colored with the layering stencils, and then die cut. And I also have a sentiment from the French patisserie stamp set that I'm going to pop all of these elements up onto my card, and this is finished. You can turn this card so that it is portrait, so that that braided edge goes along the top, or you can even just do it in the center of a card panel so that it doesn't make a special fun fold card. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you soon. Bye!